Hello. Welcome, everyone. My name is Daniela Garcia. Thank you all for joining us. To prevent noise feedback, our host has set the mic feature to mute. If you wish to communicate, you may do so by using the chat and reaction features found below. We will now begin with today's festivities. Ricardo Moreno is a longtime resident of District 5 in San Antonio. Having attended school in SISD and being a graduate of Harlandale High, where his experience have instilled in him a passion of advancing others through education. As a first-generation college graduate, having obtained his degree in political science, public administration from Texas State University. Shortly upon his undergraduate graduation, Ricardo ventured further by entering an alternative certification program while earning concurrent master's in special education at Texas A&M San Antonio, as well as later additionally acquiring his principalship certification. Over the past decade, he has diligently worked in education and currently serves as a middle school assistant principal in Southside ISD. In the COVID-19 pandemic, he has served on the pre-K through 12 consultational group and has participated with the COVID-19 Community Response Coalition. Since May of 2015, he has had the privilege of serving the Harlandale ISD community as board trustee, where he has emphasized education as a mechanism for change. It brings me great honor to introduce the man who stole my heart with his dedication, strong will, drive, and commitment to serve. My future husband and your next San Antonio Council member, District 5, Ricardo Moreno.
Well, good morning, everyone. And first and foremost, I would like to thank my wonderful fiance for that fantastic introduction. I know we can't really all hear each other right now, so thank you for that, but we can give her a little round of applause. I'm sure you guys can do that for us. Thank y'all so much. So I'm delighted to be here with you guys today. And I'm very happy to have the pleasure of seeing so many familiar faces and frequent supporters. As you're all aware, we are in the midst of rising numbers related to COVID-19. And due to that fact, and so in the interest of safety, we decided that it would be best to have a Zoom instead of meeting here in person. Quick side note, and I'm sure a lot of you guys might have these malfunctions and issues, but would you know that the most used phrase in 2020 was actually, "You're muted." So hopefully you guys can hear me right now, and I'm not having to unmute myself or you're not still connecting. I know a lot of our kids like to do that where they're just putting a picture on and it just says connecting, okay? But nonetheless, hopefully we have worked out any technology issues and you guys can, enjoy the festivities with us today, and we're gonna make it quick and to the point. So I'd like to share some thoughts about my journey and why I'm committed to serving my community here in District 5. I come from very humble beginnings within the West Side and the South Side District 5 here in San Antonio, where continuing your education is not a certainty. My mother was instrumental in steering me from trouble, especially as well as my family, so that I would not find myself in a situation that would jeopardize my future. I saw how my mother in particular struggled in providing for my siblings and I. Therefore, I made it a point to become the first person in my family to graduate from a university. I have always had a great sense of pride of where I come from. I feel that I am indebted to the many coaches and teachers that helped me reach my potential throughout my formative years. In that respect, I have an obligation in dedicating myself to public service. And so I dedicated and decided to become a teacher. Being that I firmly view education as the backbone to any prospering or affluent society, I have a sense of civic duty to help my community through education. I believe that education is a mechanism for change, and every student should be given an access to an appropriate education, no matter their ability or their background. Education is a difficult profession. Yet, in my years as an educator, I have found it to be incredibly rewarding. Then, something that we never expected to happen occurred back in March, and no one could imagine to the magnitude. A virus took hold that put the whole world in a standstill. With these unforeseen circumstances related to the COVID-19 pandemic, it has made it evidently clear that we need leadership that listens, assesses the situation, and acts in ways that will refine and merge District 5 to enhance our scope of influence within San Antonio. In that respect, it gives me great honor to announce my candidacy for District 5 here in this great city of San Antonio, where I will run on a platform that encourages education, emphasizes the need to provide relief for our local businesses and help those impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, and to create trust among our stakeholders based on tolerance and equity. In order to turn this vision into reality, I recognize that I will need help. I've received tremendous support from friends, families, and the community to win school board elections. And I will need that same support and more to gain the privilege of representing District 5 here in San Antonio. Together, we can continue to reinforce the backbone of this proud community. So I thank you for your time, and I thank you for joining us.
Nico, can you see me? Where it goes, man? Where it goes, son?
Baby.
My pichito.
Hi.
Once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. Now, in a brief moment, you will find on the chat a shared link where you may sign up for campaign support. This support can be such as blog walking, phone banks, or any resources support available that you feel that you can offer. Your time and support will be greatly appreciated. Give me 1 second to add to the chat.
Thank you everyone for those well wishes. We really do appreciate them. As my fiance mentioned, you do have the form, the Google form. It is accessible for anyone on any platform, and you can provide any additional support that you can think of or willing to offer. Additionally, I'm sure we do also have monetarily donations available that you can direct us directly towards our Cash App or our Venmo, as well as Zelle.
Below you can find his Venmo. And for those of you that are Cash Apps, you may find that on the chat as well. Zelle will be fine through one of our emails. Once again, we appreciate all the support and we love seeing all your faces here today.
And please also follow us online through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We will be providing additional information and updates to find how you can promote and support the Ricardo Moreno for District 5 campaign. Also look out, we will be creating a Google site to provide additional information as a resource for all within the community to access.
On that note, that concludes today's festivities. Please feel free to stay behind and join us on the chat for if you have any questions, comments, or concerns.
Bye.
Bye. Thank y'all.